my boys and girls, welcome to BenchART. I'm for Classic, and this is Knockout City, a game developed by Valent Studios, which is using their in-house engine called Viper. Today, what I'm going to do in here, it is test a game on an Nvidia MX130 with 2GB GDDR5, and this was my recommended settings, which is 720p median settings. I decided to recommend that because it's the only setting that provides a full experience above 60 frames per second, and since this is a competitive game, it makes sense for you to go above 60. Although, as usual, I decided to show you off the different results for each setting. So as you can see, 900p median settings provides an average of 62 and a minimum of 54. You can go with high with average of 49 and minimums of 39, or maximum with average of 40 and minimums of 35, or even 1080p if you want. For example, 1080p my experience, it was in between 40 to 60. DI settings, it was in between the 30 to 50, and the maximum settings at 1080p, it was between the 28 to 42. So wrapping all these results together, this is what it looks like for each setting. So like I told you, I decided to use one setting per match. So it was different maps, so some maps might be more demanding than the others, but I didn't notice that much. So looking to the requirements, these guys ask for an E3 from the 6000 generation, so pretty much a dual core CPU. They also ask for 8 gigs of RAM. This is important. I really think you should have 8 gigs of RAM for this, and also a GTX 660 with 2 gigabytes. I think the MX130 or the 940 MX, it is weaker than the 660, but I mean, it just runs so well. Look at this. This is 720p using the median settings that I decided to show you at the beginning of the video, and the game, it is just simply running fully above 60 frames per second. Look at this, 80 frames per second, 90 frames per second. It is just going absolutely amazing with the performance, so it's just absolutely fine. No issues whatsoever, aside from the high temperatures of my laptop. But I mean, it's just perfection regarding performance. And actually, the difference between the median settings and the maximums are just between shadows, ambient occlusion, and pretty much depth of field. Depth of field in this game, it is just used when you are entering the match. You get a kind of a presentation of the characters, the brawlers that you are going to fight with, and your teammates, and that is a cool depth of field effect, and that's about it. So it's the only place where depth of field it is being used in here. So you are not really losing a big deal regarding to graphics. You are just losing ambient occlusion overall and a little bit worse quality shadows. But even then, the shadows, they are all in here, as you can see. So I think it does look pretty good anyway, and the performance, it is amazing. But if you don't like the temperatures and you prefer to play at a locked frame rate, just jump to the section on the description that I have there. If you go to the description of the video, I have a section there with frame rate locked to 60 frames per second, which should give you an idea how the temperatures are when you lock the frame rate, and if the performance, it is fine, if it gets stable. And spoiler alert, yes, it gets stable to 60 frames per second with no drops whatsoever with this setting. So amazing. Another note is that this game doesn't support DirectX 11. It just supports Vulkan. So your graphic card needs to be Vulkan compatible, which the MX130 or the GT 940 MX it is. So now that I've talked about the performance, let's talk a little bit about the game, shall we? Let's go. Knockout City, I was expecting this game to be free to play, so I was a little bit surprised to see that it is not a free to play game. This game costs you $20 or 20 euros. You can be brought through Origin, Steam, Epic Store. It will be also available for PS4, Xbox, Nintendo Switch, and it will be cross-platform, so you can have friends in or enemies in each platform. So it will be available worldwide for every single platform out there. So there will be players for sure playing this. But like I was telling you, it is not a free-to-play game. It should cost you $20, which is, you know, it's a little bit complicated because we have tons of free-to-play games already. And seeing a game like this and being asked for $20, it doesn't feel right. I was expecting this to be free to play at first. I mean, it really looks like a free to play game to me, but it's not. But that's not a full story though. if you are a subscriber of Xbox Game Pass on the PC, or if you are a subscriber of EA Play, I think you don't need to have EA Play Pro. I think the basic EA Play, it is enough. You will be having access to Knockout City. So if you are using any of these services, this game will be there for free. You don't need to pay specifically for this game if you have Xbox Game Pass or EA Play. Alright, so that's one of the things that you should know about this game. So if it happens that you are subscribed because any other reason, you notice that you will have access to this game. But apart from that, you know, this is a typical game which you can personalize your own brawler. You can change the appearance. I'm sorry for the appearance of my own brawler, but I just randomized this brawler. I didn't care about it. I just wanted to know about the performance of this game. So I just randomized my old player. But yeah, it's the type of game where you personalize your brawler, and the type of game that every time you start there is a different power-up going on with the balls. So it's kind of an interesting game. But I think that this is the type of game, if EA doesn't push up very, you know, in a very strong way, I think people will grow tired of it and it will end up being kind of forgotten. But who knows? I think Apex, it is going fine, in my opinion. So who knows how this game goes? It depends. At least it is available on all platforms, so that's a good thing. But let's see how it goes regarding the success that EA will be having on this game. Now, the good thing about this game is that despite it is supported by EA, it's really just this. Valiant Studios are the developers of this game. It's not EA. This game takes part of the EA Originals program. EA Originals program, the only thing they do is support financially the studios that are inside this program and support them marketing wise. So they don't have the power to say the developers to no, you need to do this, no, you need to put microtransactions on your game. No, that's not really the case. Games that take part on EA Originals, like It Takes Two, are usually successful games because they don't follow the rules of EA games. They just get the support of EA games, and pretty much that's about it. So let's see how it goes. So guys, thank you a lot for watching. Hope you keep enjoying the rest of the video, and I do hope to see you soon. Goodbye.
Round 2. Gold team is falling way behind. Blue team needs one more point to win the match.